I mean, obviously Dylan is a good coach, right? But he's not the type of guy who's gonna do what Joey maybe did for them this year. He's not gonna bring everyone together. So we didn't have that, and I tried so hard the entire year. I tried so hard. I felt like every single day I had to come in with 120% energy to try to bring everyone together, to try and make sure everyone is trying really hard to make the team grow.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller. Today I'm joined by Jesiz from Origin. Normally when it comes to esports journalism, we kind of request the players and then we get them, or not, I guess. But this time around, you asked on Twitter for an interview. So what do you want to talk about today?
It was like a casual request. It was more like I wanted to, a lot of my fans and a lot of my viewers on like my streams have been, asking me about the past and asking me about, what's next for me. Pretty much for, I don't know, since Worlds basically. So I thought it was just time that I actually gave, some kind of information about what has happened and why I decided to take some time off and what I'm gonna do next. And I thought that would be best through an interview. So yeah, I'm ready to talk, I guess.
Awesome. So what exactly happened at Worlds and what led to the decision to take your time off Fnatic?
I briefly talked about the thing with Fnatic. The reason why I stepped out was basically that I felt like we as a team, straight from the get-go actually, we as a team just, all the individuals really didn't mesh well. I don't know if that's just because of personalities not fitting well together, or just the fact that we didn't really have one person that could really bring us towards the same goal together. So the entire year just was just us working as 5 individuals and never being together. Despite we never had personal issues or anything, but that was just some individuals on the team that sort of set the tone in the environment of the team. And I don't think, obviously Dylan is a good coach, right? But he's not the type of guy who's gonna do what Joey maybe did for them this year. He's not gonna bring everyone together. So we didn't have that, and I tried so hard the entire year. I tried so hard. I felt like every single day I had to come in with 120% energy to try to bring everyone together, to try and make sure everyone is trying really hard to make the team grow. And I was focusing on the team so much, not really on myself. And I never really felt gratitude in a way. Not necessarily gratitude, right? But also just I didn't really feel that much came from it. And my energy was useful, used well. So I just, after Worlds, I realized that, at the end of the day, results are nice, but to me, results don't matter as much as the process. And I would rather be in a team where we don't even go to Worlds, but I enjoy it so much. And I enjoy working with all 4 players and the coaching staff. And I feel like we grow, and my contribution makes my teammates grow and makes my teammate appreciate me. I would much rather have that than any kind of result. And even though we got a good result in the end at Fnatic, I feel like it was all luck. I think we shouldn't even have made it to Worlds. I mean, obviously, HK were bad, but I feel like if there were any other team that was even slightly close to G2 and Misfits, we would straight up not have went to Worlds. That's the first thing, right? And I think at Worlds, we were shit. In scrims, we didn't improve. We didn't have a clear plan. We were just scrimming, and it was such a mess. Honestly, nothing was managed properly. We had young players, obviously, and nothing was managed properly. So everything was just a mess, a continuous mess from the entire year. And we didn't improve, and we were still not a team. We had crazy issues. We played like shit in play-ins. There were huge internal arguments in play-ins. Then group stages happened, and we went 0-3. Then we lost the next game as well. And honestly, my expectations were low. I expected us, all right, with whatever had happened this year, making the Worlds is already a miracle. So, all right, we're just gonna lose the whole thing, no problem, And after the first week, where we were 0-3, I was like, all right, it's a miracle if we win 1 or 2, it's fine, And then in the end, again, I think we were lucky. Again, the Vietnamese team and Immortals both either choked or were just straight up terrible. So we ended up being really lucky in that case and just won the remaining games and actually made it out somehow. So I think making it to quarters and even making it to Worlds was just overall luck. And then we got what we deserved in the quarterfinals against RNG. So
pretty rough series there. Some pretty rough words towards your former team Immortals as well. Yeah, I mean, there was this thing going around, and I think I talked to Broxa a bit about this as well, that after the 0-3 or the 0-4, essentially there was a huge break of fight in the team, and then everything was reset in a way, because all the emotions and stuff had like gone out, and from there on you were able to play without pressure because nobody was expecting anything.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, I mean, I always don't want to name names, right? But a lot of it is, like I said, the environment is set by certain individuals having the mindset that they have. And, you know, with that in mind, people just have certain expectations, right? So as soon as we go 0-3 or 0-4, just like, you know, in the 2 splits before that, before Worlds, whenever we had no expectations from other people or ourselves, we performed a lot better. And when there were expectations, we would just perform like shit. And that's just because of the mentality that we had, and our mental overall as a team and individuals it was just fragile as fuck. So as soon as, you know, there were no expectations anymore and no one really cared anymore, we suddenly started to come together.
Right.
And then we won, I guess.
Somehow. That said, though, so you mentioned how you would prefer to be on a team that works well together, where you feel like you have a lot of impact. But I believe it was on Twitter, you put out tweets saying if you were to play for a different team, you would only go for like a top 2 team or something in your ULTS. That kind of clashes with what you just said, though.
Absolutely. The thing is, so my decision right away after Worlds was, I obviously had a lot of talks with Fnatic, and just basically said what I wanted to do, right? I told them a clear plan of what I want to have happen in Fnatic, and I knew that like my demands for what were to happen in Fnatic were very unrealistic. It was a very low chance it was even going to happen. I think they were trying to make it happen, but at the same time, I also just kind of said, hey, you know, either this happens or I'm not going to be playing for Fnatic. I don't mind, you know, sitting on the bench. I don't mind not playing. I don't mind, because at the time as well, I also had quite a few offers from what I saw as other top teams in Europe, which, you know, unfortunately in the end ended up not working out due to a couple of reasons. It's honestly just, the key word is just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not really in my power, so to speak. But I was very set on, I just don't want to make the same, you know, kind of go through the same thing. And I couldn't have known that Joey was going to come in and be a miracle. Like, I could not have known that. Like, no one could have known that, right? So what I thought was just, well, I don't regret anything, right? But at the time, I was just like, there's no way I'm repeating the same thing, because the exact same thing is going to happen again if we continue with even the same 3 players, and especially 4 players or 5 players. Like, damn, it's just going to be the exact same mess. Nothing's going to be different. Even if individuals tell me that they've changed, hell no, not happening. So I was just like very set on, hey, there's going to be change, or I'm not going to be a part of it. So
you were actually asking for player changes as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and staff change.
Lots of demands from a player, of course, but yeah, I mean, that's what you said before. Maybe unrealistic, but hey, you gotta say what you gotta say at the end of the day.
No, like I was in a position where, like I said, like I was in a position where I had learned so much from that year, and I knew who I was, I knew what I was capable of, and I knew what reputation I had at the time. And like I said, I was fine with sitting out. Like I knew that was even gonna benefit me. So I was in a position where, hey, I'm gonna demand exactly what is gonna make me happy, or if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna do the next thing that's gonna make me happy, right? So it was all good.
And now for this split, you moved in with Proxy Fox and
Basil, aka Linda, yeah.
Right? So you get to live together with 2 really fantastic girls and stream all day and have a good time. Essentially, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Oh yeah, they're really great. I'm super happy I moved in with them. They're great friends of mine. I think the bigger thing though for me was, oh man, now like I think about this tournament. I played this tournament, right? And I notice how for the first time in my esports career, I've actually had time off. Like I've literally for the first time, not played or coached with scrims or games. Literally just, I even went like 2 months without internet, like straight up just real life stuff, like a straight up break. And it's crazy how I was spending all these years since I was like 16 until 20, basically 21, just being so sick and tired of the game and just really hating League of Legends and just really doing it out of discipline and just honestly wanting to quit at times and really just only kind of doing it for the money and just, I guess, the experience, because I was always thinking like, well, I guess there's partially the money, but there's also, maybe I'm going to regret it in the future if I don't continue playing. But so I took the break, right? Not really with the intentions of, hey, I just needed a break. I just took just because I wanted to. I didn't want to continue with a lesser team. But honestly, after now, I'm playing with Origin, right? I've been grinding solo queue. I've been playing with Forgiven. Just coming back and just playing the tournament as well. I realized how this whole break since Worlds of just doing absolutely nothing competitively or even practicing has reignited my love for League of Legends. Like, it is crazy. I have not felt this feeling since I was 16 years old of really truly enjoying playing League of Legends, and it is as good of a decision of mine as it was to go coaching back in 2016.
With Immortals.
With Immortals and Dignitas, that was an amazing decision of mine as well that really changed my perspective on everything. Just as now in 2018, taking time off, and it has changed my perspective like crazy too, and just reignited my love for League of Legends. So
fantastic to hear. Very happy to hear that you have that you found your old love in a way. Getting together with the ex can be working out sometimes. I mean, winning does help, of course, and playing in front of. I was really impressed. I know you don't want to talk that much about your masters, but honestly, I thought the crowd was amazing. The Polish fans were insane. In general, I felt like this was a fantastic tournament, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fine talking about EU Masters. I mean, especially because I won, right? But no, I think, I absolutely did not expect all the fan support. I had just experienced Fnatic, and that was like the first org that I was with that had a crazy amount of fans, right? But I feel like Origin's fans, like, there are more fans. Like, Spanish fans are crazy, man. I love that shit. And I don't know, the tournament overall, just such a positive experience. Like I said, I just really enjoyed playing, and I got to experience working with great players, like honestly great players, and I noticed they all have different mindsets and they all see the game differently. But I also realized that, like, it was clear to me before, but it really made it really clear to me now that I was working with strong personalities in Fnatic before, but now, and like in Fnatic and in Immortals with Huni and Rainbow. And also now I work with Forgiven and Froggen, for example, and they have very different ways of seeing the game and different ways of acting in a team. And I realized that I am, not to like brag about myself, but I think this is one of my huge strengths as a person and as a person in esports, right? That I am so good at facilitating different personalities. I bring out the strengths in people like crazy. I don't think anyone will enable Froggen or Forgiven outside of the game and in the game as well as I did. And that is just me not trying to be humble. I'm just trying to be as honest as possible, and that was my point of view of it, the whole tournament and scrims and working with them. I learned a lot from this tournament and about myself, and just realized that, hey, I love this game, and I think the future became a lot brighter because of this tournament. So
that's always nice. That said, like, even though people might react differently to this and might say, oh, this is so braggy, it's of an arrogance and stuff. Honestly, I got to talk to Forgiven yesterday, huge honor, of course, but he was really praising you a lot, which is not something you hear all that often, Forgiven giving out praise all that much, saying that, when Jesiz plays, I really like to play duo queue, otherwise I really don't want to grind solo queue anymore and stuff like that. In general, during the games, I think you did play really, really well. If there would be an MVP award, it would probably go to Froggen, but second one, like, you really enabled Forgiven at times, so impressive stuff there. So will we see you in EOLCS Summer Split or maybe 2019?
Which is something that's actually a lot more positive, or like positively surprising to me, is that, like, along with me taking this time off and actually, kind of being gone from the whole scene for quite a bit since Worlds, now after Spring Split, I have so many offers. Honestly, an offer from every single top team in Europe, and I can honestly just choose. And I think I have kind of chosen already. It's not completely set in stone yet, but it's pretty decided from my end. Yeah. But yeah, I'm 99.99% sure I'm gonna be in LCS summer, and I'm really excited to work again. Like I said, my love is rekindled, so I'm just ready to take over. And if I don't achieve greatness in this year, I'm more than sure that I will make it happen in the next year. Also because I don't know, I've gotten really good at self-reflection and just looking back, right, and just realizing how much I grow every single year. I grow so much, and it's so exciting. It just makes the whole thing so exciting. So yeah, super excited.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's only natural, right? I mean, we talk about esports and we talk about people like you who've been in this scene technically for years now. You've been on G2 before they were in LCS. You were with Immortals as a coach. You were with Fnatic for a year. So you've been around for a while. But at the end of the day, I think people don't realize, like, most of the players are. I mean, you entered Pro esports at 17 as well, or 18, roughly
16,
that time.
17, yeah.
So it's only natural as well to like really make massive steps at those ages. Of course, I mean, I think everyone can relate to that for sure. So just like reflecting on every year of your professional career, can you pinpoint the most important teaching of like every team or every year that you've gotten so far?
I would say my first year as a 17-year-old / 18-year-old with SK, I didn't learn as much, but it was more like I was experiencing the whole thing for the first time as a rookie. I even went to Worlds in the whole thing, and honestly, I went from just getting no praise the whole year, despite actually playing well and doing what I needed to do for my team, and then getting hated like crazy, probably like one of the most hated people in Europe after Worlds, basically, with the whole transparent thing happening. And so I felt like I didn't learn much other than just experience the whole thing. And then 2015 was probably my worst year. I didn't really learn much. I felt like I was wasting a lot of time. Basically, I went to NA, wasted my time there. I basically just experienced bad teammates and bad environments for the first time, kind of. And then I went to G2. That was a good experience overall, I think. But I didn't learn as much. I didn't grow as much. I just got G2 into LCS, and that's it. And then 2016, I went coaching. And that was... Okay, it's probably comparable to 2017. But I would say that was probably one of my most important years as a coach. I feel like after that year ended 2016, I realized how much time I had wasted before that, and how much I'd grown in that year, and just how many things that I had learned and that I was ready to move forward with. And then 2017 Fnatic was obviously a disaster, but I learned so much about myself, and also just learned a lot about being a leader and using the things that I knew as a coach the year before that, and how to implement that properly, and just how to deal with personalities as well. I grew a lot from that, and then now just gaining perspective for so long, and a long break, and I think that's equally as important. So now combined everything, right? Coaching, playing, tournaments, everything. I've experienced everything. Honestly, hate and love from community. It's good. Summer split or next year, it's gonna be good.
Awesome. Well, I'm very much excited about that. I can only speak for myself, of course, but I do find that negative experiences at the end of the day really are changing you in the most positive ways, usually, unless they're too detrimental. So is there anything you would still like to talk about, anything you would like to say that you really is burning inside your heart?
I guess I got most out that was really burning, but yeah, I mean, I think the only thing left untouched is the streaming part, right? Because I feel like, I was kind of like considering like doing that a bit before I even received all the offers and all that stuff. So I was kind of just considering that and actually trying it out and just having a lot of fun with it. So maybe there's some people that are wondering why I'm not streaming and stuff, and why I'm probably not going to be streaming in the near future. And that's, I mean, I enjoyed streaming so much. I thought it was really fun, but I think I still have so much fire left inside of me that needs to be used to beat the Koreans. So, you know, while some people might be a little disappointed that I'm not going to be streaming, they better be happy that I'm going to try my hardest to make EU the first region. Well, not the first region, sorry. For the first time, the second time.
After season, so
First
season
time
2.
for real.
Yeah, exactly.
For a Western team to win Worlds. I'm going to try and make that happen.
We've not seen a Western team beat Korea in a best of 5 even, so even if you make it like to semis and face a Korean team and beat them in a best of 5, I think that would be an achievement as well already.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. Yeah.
Oh, excited for MSI? Any predictions?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, after what you've said, I mean, that's maybe a bit understandable. Well, anyway, it was a real pleasure to talk to you, man.
Likewise.
Thank you. This was Jesiz, soon to be in the LCS again. Very excited for that. And Darius from the Shotcaller. I hope you had a good day as well. I definitely did. Jesiz definitely did. So I hope you had one as well. Yeah. See you guys next time. Bye bye. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that video. This is a generic end card, of course, so make sure to click here for a different interview, or here for a different interview, or about here to subscribe to the Shotcaller. We very much appreciate your support, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.